Good morning, students. Welcome back to this algorithm class again. In the yesterday's class, we discussed about divide and conquer method. That we discussed it as a problem-solving strategy. As an example, we discussed about binary search problem. What is the problem is? Given a list of n numbers, out of that n numbers, we have to search whether an element x is present there or not. That problem can be solved using linear search method and binary search method. In the linear search, the element has to be searched from the beginning to the last, one by one. Chances are that you may have to search the entire element, the entire list of numbers. So that will be time consuming if the given list of numbers are very huge. Whereas in the binary search method, the number of comparisons is reduced. And here we apply divide and conquer method. As I told you already, the divide and conquer method is more suitable for problems that are solved in using recursive techniques. Okay, this binary search problem can also be solved using the recursive technique. We have given the algorithm for it. I told you the method of solution. What is that method? From the given list of numbers which are in sorted order, select the middle number, check whether that number is the number you are looking for, otherwise compare it with the number you are looking for. If the number you are looking for is less than the middle value, the value I am looking for will be in front of the middle value. Like this, I will search for it in the first portion of that problem, and again I apply the same method. Like this, I will proceed. That is how the solution will go on. Okay, as an illustration, you say this. Okay, now you are given this much number of numbers 10, 12, 20, 32, 50, 55, 65, 80, 99. Mind that these are all in sorted order. My search value is 12. What I have to search? I want to search whether my 12 is in the list or not. Okay. What is the middle value here? This is index 0, 1, 2, 3 up to this one. So if you divide it by 2, you will get 8 by 2 is equal to 4. In the fourth index, you are having 50. Now this 12 is compared with this 50. Now what is that value? 12 is less than 50. So 12 cannot be found anywhere after this 50. So from this much of range, the problem has reduced to this much range. So you have to search for this 12 only in front of this 50. Now initially it was having 9 values. Now we are having only 4 values, 10, 12, 20, 32. You have to search for this 12 here. Now 0 plus 3, 3 by 2, 1.5, you take it as 1, lower division. So the middle value is 1, index is 1. In the first index, you are having 12. So now 12 is found in the first index. Okay. Next, another example, let us search for 80. Let us search for 80. Now these are the given list of numbers. So 0 plus 8, 8 by 2, 4. In the fourth index, you are having 50, but 50 is less than 80. So 80 has to be somewhere. 80 has to be somewhere after this 50. So you search from index 6 to 8. So 55, 65, 80, 99. And what is the middle index? 6 plus 8, 14 by 2, 7. Sorry, 5 plus 8, 13, 13 by 2, 6.5. So that is lower division 6. Sixth index, you are having 65, but 65 is less than 80. So you have to search for this 80 somewhere after this 65. So the search range is index 7 and 8. Okay, you divide 7 plus 8, 15. 15 by 2, 7.5, lower division 7. So in the 7th index, you see that 80 is equal to 80. The element 80 has been found in the 7th index. That is how this binary search proceeds. You go for another example. Here, the given list of numbers are minus 15, minus 6, 0, 7, 9, 23, 54, 82, 101. Like these are the list of numbers. I want to find 101. I want to find this 101. What does the algorithm says? This is the lower least index is 1, highest index is 9. So 1 plus 9, how much? 10. 10 by 2, 5. So low index is 1, high index is 9. So middle index is equal to 1 plus 9 by 2, 5. I search for my 101 in the 5th index. In the 5th index, I'm having 9. I'm having 9. So, but this 9 is less than this 101. So my search range is reduced from here to here. From it is reduced to index 6 to 9. So my low index becomes 6. Still my high index is 9. What is the middle index? 6 plus 9 by 2, 9 plus 6, 15 by 2, 7.5, 7. So middle is 7. What is the value in 7th index? 54. So 54 is less than my search value 101. So I can find 101 anywhere after this 7th index. So I improve my range. So now my range is equal to 8 and 9. What is the middle index? 8 plus 9, 17. 17 by 2, 8.5. Lower value is 8. Okay, middle is equal to 8. So in the 8th index, what I get? I get only 82. So I should improve my search. So it is lower index is equal to 9. Still my high index is equal to 9. Middle is equal to 9. In the middle index 9, what I'm having? 101. So I searched this 101 in the given list of numbers. How many comparisons I have used? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 comparisons are used to search for this 101 successfully. Similarly, you can search for this 7, you can search for this 23, search for this 82, search for this 0, search for this minus 15, and search for minus 20, or search for 120, like this, or search for 30, or search for 8. So any value you can search for. Okay, now you see here, the number of comparisons taken by minus 15 is 3. After computation, you will find that minus 15 will need 3 comparisons, minus 6 will need 2 comparisons. That is, this minus 6 will need 2 comparisons, and this 0 will need this 0 will need 3 comparisons. The 7 will need 4 comparisons. 9 will need 1 comparison, like this. These are number of comparisons required by these respective numbers. Okay. Now, what is the average? What is the average? The average number of comparisons. How many values are given? 9 values are given. What is the total? You sum all these number of comparisons. You will get that it is 25. It is 25. 25 by 9, you will get 2.77. So the average number of comparison of these elements is 2.77 comparisons for the successful search. Now, for unsuccessful search, You can find some, you can search for a value less than -15, that is -20, like this. So there are 10 possible ways that an unsuccessful search may terminate depending on the value of x. For example, if x happens to be less than this -15, or if lies between this first index and second index, if x lies between first index and the second index, or x lies between second and the third index, or x lies between fifth and sixth index, or x lies between sixth and seventh index, or x lies between seventh and eighth index. They need 3 comparisons to say that that particular x is not present. So they need values of these conditions will need 3 comparisons. Okay, what are the remaining comparisons? For all the remaining comparisons, they need 4 comparisons. For searchings, they need 4 comparisons. What are they? What are they? If you search for a value between a of 3 and a of 4, that is, if you search for the index value between 3 and 4, that is 0 and 7. So you are searching for a value 5. You're searching for a value 5, then it will need 4 comparisons. So similarly, if you search for a value between 4 and 5, if you search for a value between 4 and 5, you will need, like if you search for 8, you will need 4 comparisons like this. There are 4 comparisons, the 4 search values that need 4 comparisons. So these 3 are having 3. So there are 6 x values that need 3 comparisons. There are 4 x values that need 4 comparisons. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you combine sum up all together. You will get 34. Number of comparisons are 10 here, because here we have one less than a of 1, less than a of 1. So number of comparisons are 10. So 34 by 10 is equal to 3.4. So the time complexity for this unsuccessful search is theta of log n, and the time complexity for a successful search is order of log n, Okay, this that's how we compute the complexity of this binary search. In the worst case, it will become order of log n. In the best case, it will become theta of log n. Next, here comes another example, maxima minima problem. The problem is very simple to understand. Here you are given a list of n values, random values. Out of given values, you have to find which is the maximum value and which is the minimum value. Out of the given values, which is the maximum value, which is the minimum value, that is the problem to be solved. Definition. Given a list of numbers in an array, the maximum minimum problem is to find the biggest and smallest among them using the divide and conquer method. How do you solve this? Method of solution. We define the problem in expression form like this. Let P is equal to n. Here n is the number of elements given to you, and they are available in the location of the array from ith index to the jth index. So these n values are available from ith index to the jth index. Now, which is the smallest case wherein the problem can be solved straight away? So when you are given only one value in which you have to find the biggest and the smallest value, the problem can be solved straight away. So the given single value is the highest value and that is the lowest value. Otherwise, if you are given two values and out of that you have to pick up the biggest value and the smallest value, just by comparing these two numbers, we can find the biggest and the smallest. So that is also a small case problem. Smaller case of this maxima minima problem. Otherwise, if you are given more than two values, if you are given more than two values, like 5 values or 8 values or 20 values like this, what you have to do, you have to divide the given list of numbers into two halves. Okay, first half and the second half. From the first half, you find the biggest and the smallest. From the second half, you find the biggest and the smallest. Compare the biggest of the first half with the biggest of the second half. Find the biggest of the given problem P. Similarly, compare the biggest of the small of the first half with the smallest of the first half with the smallest of the second half to get the smallest of the given problem P. That is how we do. That is how we proceed. So if the list has more than two elements, P has to be divided into smaller instances. For example, P has to be divided into first half problem P1 is equal to n by 2 from total number of numbers given is n. So the first sub problem will have n by 2. So that is half the number of given n. Okay, n by 2 comma, they will be available from the first index up to the n by 2 index. Then second half will have, that is also will have n by 2, that is n minus n by 2. And they will be available from the index n by 2 plus 1 up to the last index n, up to the last index n. So if the problem P1 is still big enough, it is not smaller, that is it doesn't have a single value or two value, then if it has more than two value, P1 has to be divided into two halves. Similarly, the case with P2, if the P2 problem is bigger, it has to be divided into two halves like this. It will proceed. Okay, this is the algorithm for maxima and minima. The elements will be stored in the array A from the ith index to the jth index. Then find the biggest value and store it in the variable max. Find the biggest, smallest value and store it in the variable min. That is the meaning of this header of this algorithm. Given the list of numbers in the ith and jth, between ith and jth index of the given array A, find the biggest value and store it in max, and find the smallest value and store it in minimum. That is the meaning. Okay. Now, how do you know the problem is small or not? You go back to what we discussed about the control abstraction. First of all, check whether the problem is small. If small of P, that is, how do we know here the problem is small? Supposing if the index values I and j are same, means then you are given only one value and that is stored in the same single index value. So when I is equal to j, you are given a single value, and that means, and what is value available in the AI of I, that is the biggest value and that is the smallest value. That's why you say max is equal to AI of 1, so AI of I, and minimum is equal to AI of I. So here is the small case. So the problem is solved straight away. Otherwise, how do we know whether the problem has only two elements? So if I is equal to j minus 1, for example, I is equal to 2, j is equal to I is equal to 2, j is equal to 3 means, then 3 I is equal to 2, j is equal to 3 means, then 3 minus 2 is equal to 1. So the values are available from the first index and the second index. That means you are given two values. So if I is equal to j minus 1, it says that you are given two values. You are given two values. So in that case, you have to compare the given numbers. So you compare a of I with a of j. If a of I is less than a of j, then maximum is equal to a of j and minimum is equal to a of I. Otherwise, that is, if a of I is greater than a of j, then maximum is equal to a of I, minimum is equal to a of j. So just by comparison, you can find which is the maximum value and the minimum value. Okay, yeah, that is single element condition fails, two element condition fails. So that means the problem has more than two values. So in that case, what we have to do? We have to divide the problem into two halves. So middle is equal to I plus j divided by 2. I plus j divided by 2. So you apply the same algorithm for the first sub half, maximum minimum, I comma up to middle, then maximum minimum. Then second half, maximum minimum, middle plus 1 comma last index j. Then store the maximum in this range. So that is middle plus 1 to j in max 1 and middle plus 1 to j in the min 1. So the biggest will be stored in max 1 and the smallest will be stored in min 1. Now, to get the biggest of the given original problem, this max is compared with this max 1, this min is compared with this min 1. Which is the biggest among this max and the max 1? That is the max of the given problem. Which is the minimum between min and this min 1? And that is the minimum of the given problem. So if max is less than max 1, then max is equal to max 1. If min is less than greater than min 1, then min is equal to min 1. That's how we solve this problem. Okay. Now, as an example, look at this. You are given n numbers 22, 13, minus 5, minus 8, 15, 60, 17, 31, 47. 13, 47. So n 47. So n values are 22. They are available from the first index to the ninth index. Available in the ninth index. So initially, I don't know which is the maximum value, which is the minimum value. So just now you forget about these two numbers. You forget about these two numbers. So the values are to be searched from first index to the ninth index. Since there are 9 values here, the problem cannot be solved straight away. We have to divide that into two halves. That is 1 plus 9 is equal to 10. 10 by 2 is equal to 5. The problem is divided into 1 comma 5. 1 comma 5. Then the second half of the problem is then 6th index to the 9th index. 6th index to the 9th index. So as of now, don't bother about this. What is this value? What is this value? Still, I don't know which is the biggest of one and between first index and the 5th index. I don't know the biggest and the smallest of 6th index and the 9th index. That will come later. Now, coming to this first half, 1 and 5. There are 5 values because they are available from the first index to the 5th index. So the problem has to be broken into two halves. So 1 plus 5 is equal to 6. 6 by 2 is equal to 3. So the first half is first index to the third half. The second half is 4th and 5th index. 4th and 5th index. Okay. Now, this 1 and 3, there are 3 values. So that means it is more than 2 values. So it has to be divided into two halves. 1 plus 3 is equal to 4. 4 by 2 is equal to 2. So it is first and to 1 and first index and second index. Okay. Now coming to the first and second index, we are having the value 22 and 13. Now here this is the problem. There are only 2 values. So just by comparing these 2 values, you will know which is the biggest and which is the smallest. So 22 is the biggest, 13 is the smallest. Now, then the other sub half of this 1 to 3 range is the third index. So third index, there are only one value. What is that value? -5. So since it is only one value given in this subproblem, this -5 is the biggest problem, and this is the smallest value. Now the biggest of this subhalf is 22, and the biggest of this subhalf is -5. You compare this 22 with -5, which is the bigger? 22 is the bigger, and this 22 is written here. Then 13 and -5, which is smaller? -5 is smaller, and it is written here. So we have found which is biggest and smallest between the index 1 and 3, that is 22 and 5. Now, so in the first half of this problem 1 to 5, the 1 to 3, for the values between 1 to 3, we have found what is the biggest and the smallest. Now, what is the second half? Index 4 and 5. Index 4 and 5. There are only two values. 4, 2 and 5. Okay. -8, 15. Which is the biggest? 15 is the biggest. -8 is the smallest. -8 is the smallest. By comparison, I have found which is bigger, which is smaller. Now, this in this range, this is the biggest. So this 22 is compared with this 15. Now, which is bigger? 22 is bigger. -5 is compared with -8. Which is smaller? -8 is smaller. So, in between 1 to 5, 22 is bigger and -8 is smaller. So, in between this 1 to 5, 22 is bigger, -8 is smaller. This has been found out. Now, coming to the second half of this given original problem 1 to 9. What is the second half? 1 to 5 is found out. What is the second half? 6 to 9. 6 to 9. Index value 6, 7, 8, and there are 4 values. The problem cannot be solved straight away. They have to be divided into 2 halves. Okay. So 2 halves. So 6 plus 9, 15. 15 by 2, 7.57. So index is 6 and 7. There are only 2 values. What are the 2 values? 6 and 7, 16 and 60 and 17. By comparing, you can find 60 is the biggest, 17 is the smallest. Similarly, 8 and 9. 8 and 9. Which is bigger? 47 is bigger and 31 is smaller. Now compare the 60 with the 47. You will find 60 is bigger, that is written here. 17 is compared with this 31, which is smaller. 17 is smaller, that is written here. So I have found out the biggest, smallest of the first half, biggest and smallest of the second half. So this big of the first half is compared with the big of the second half, 22 and 60. Which is bigger? 60. 60 is written here. -8, 17. Which is smaller? -8 is smaller. It is written here. So from the values 1 to 9, from the index values 1 to 9, the biggest value is 60. The smallest value is -8. That is how we solve this one. So this is analysis of maximum minimum problem that we will discuss in the next class. Okay.